All right, fantastic. And I know there's others out there. It is now 9 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and say last call. You probably, and I know there's some people that had their audio still connecting. You probably didn't hear me. We love welcoming all the new people. This is the most important night of the week. Glad you're here. Write it in your notes. Please don't ever miss a Tuesday night call. If you're brand new, we want to hear from you. We want to know that you made it on, but we love seeing the new people. We love welcoming you. We love seeing the new states being represented. So if you're new, click on the little microphone in the lower left-hand corner or hold down the space bar on your keyboard like a walkie-talkie. And don't forget to say what state you're calling in from and welcome to the call.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Sashoy. I'm from Florida.
Tashoya from the great state of Florida, the Sunshine State. Welcome. Glad you made it. Florida's definitely in the house now. Can you tell I'm in Florida? Okay.
This is Frank from Pennsylvania.
Hey, Frank, how are you? Glad you made it, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Good to see you. Frank's brand new also.
Yep.
All right, guys, and we're glad you made it, Frank. So who else is out there? I'm going to have to say last call right now because we got to get going. So if you're brand new, click on the little microphone, say hello. Don't forget to tell us what state you're calling in from, and welcome to the call.
Hello, my name is Issa Lowe, and I'm from Illinois.
Illinois is in the house. Fantastic. Probably 2 or 3 people from Illinois, too. Something's happening in Illinois.
So,
And I believe you are caller number 20. So that is fantastic. New family member number 20. Sorry. And I'm sure there's probably a couple of
from Los Angeles.
Kevin from Los Angeles. Welcome, Kevin. Mm-hmm. You just made my story true, Kevin, because I said between 20 and 30 every week, and you're number 21. So you just made my story true again. Thank you very much. I owe you.
Hi, I'm Dawn from Los Angeles.
Dawn from Los Angeles. Welcome to the call, Dawn. Glad you made it.
Thank you.
You can see how many phones pinged off for you.
Wanda Diaz Santos from PA, you said? Welcome to the call.
That is mentally checked out. I don't care if you want to say he is.
John Beatty, where are you calling in from?
That's up to you. But certainly the world sees it. You see.
John Beatty's calling in from somewhere, but he's welcome to the call, John. And go ahead, Amadio.
Hi, I'm Amadeo from Edgewood, Washington.
Fantastic. Welcome. Glad you made it.
Hi, I'm Jean.
Go ahead, Jean. I hear you.
Hi, I'm Jean from Gillette, Wyoming.
Gillette, Wyoming. Fantastic. Glad you made it, Jean. Thank you. All right. Well, Trevor, you're not new. I'm going to mute you. Thanks, Trevor. Glad you're here, though. All right. I want to hit a couple of buttons because we got to get going, but that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26 brand new people joining the team. I'm sure there's a couple more, but we're out of time. So we're going to hit some of these magic buttons over here. That one, this big one, going that one on this one. And yep, the boss is here. We're YouTube and live, so we don't need to record it to the cloud. And I'm going to say it one more time. Welcome, everybody, to the RRR247 team conference call. You're in the right place at the right time. Tuesday night is our business meeting. Tuesday night is the most important, biggest night of the week. Tuesday night is when all the magic happens. All the big announcements happen. And if Rory and Tanya have something that they're going to add to this system to help you build your business and make more money, it's always going to be launched and added to the system on a Tuesday night. You never want to miss that. So please don't. Make yourself that promise. You're never going to miss a Tuesday night. It is extremely important to your rate of success. For all you new folks, what did I say? 27 new people? 26 new people? 5, 10, 15, 25, 26 new people. My name's Niall Eddy. I'm calling in from Central Florida, and that's why I was bragging a little bit for Florida, Frank, so forgive me. I've been in this industry for 35 years now, and you know what? I've known the co-founders of the system you guys are joining or looking into now for 30 of those 35 years. When I first got in the industry 35 years ago, I was a parent who came from the construction world, hurt my back, was going back to school to be an aviation mechanic, get my degree in avionics, and I wanted my pilot license too, and I wanted to be the only mechanic that worked on that plane as before it went up in the air. You know what I mean? So I was going back to school to be an aviation mechanic. It was while I was in school that I was introduced to this industry. And at the time, I thought, I can make some extra money with this. And all I wanted to do was make an extra 500 or $1,000 a month that I could spoil my kids more on the weekend because they were going to school with me, right? I had 3 kids when I went back to school as an adult. But I learned really quickly that it was a little bit more than I thought about. This business opened up doors for me that I never thought possible. It introduced me to people I never would have met as a construction worker or an aviation mechanic. And the doors that opened up for me were 2 things: time freedom and financial freedom. I knew right away that I had found something very, very special. And I decided to just dive into it and become a student of this industry and a student of the system that I was working at that time, and put forth more effort than everybody else, make up for, the lack of experience or knowledge with effort. That's the kind of person I am. I dove into it, and it only took me a few months to realize I made a very good decision. I finished school. I went to work at the airport. I was only there for about 8 months, and I quit my job after spending all that money for that education. I quit my job 35 years ago. I've been home ever since. This industry gave me the ability to be that dad who put the kids on the bus, took the kids off the bus, went to every football practice from the time that helmet was bigger than him, all the way through high school. Every practice and every game, every volleyball. I had a daughter who played volleyball. I went to every practice and every game. I had a daughter that was a cheerleader. I even went to the cheer camps with her, and I was that dad on the sidelines with the pom-poms, acting all crazy, making everybody laugh and relax. Every moment that I could spend with my kids is all I ever wanted to do. And this business gave me the freedom to be able to do that. That's time freedom. It also gave me something I call financial freedom. All of us parents take our kids on vacation a couple of times a year. And wherever we go, we swipe that credit card like crazy, right? And then we get home, we open up the credit card bill, and that guilt sets in. We feel bad about how much we just spent. We all do it. I've never felt that again for the rest of my life. This industry gave me the freedom to take my kids anywhere I wanted to go, swipe the card as much as I wanted to, go home and not even look at the bill. My accountant paid the bill for me. Time freedom, financial freedom is something that gave me. I dove in and became the best student I could be and work as hard as I could. And a couple of years later, when I look back at what I had done, I was then making more in a couple of months' time than anybody I've ever known in my life made in an entire year. That validated to me, now you're on the right path. For the first time in your life, you're opening up doors and helping people like you've never been able to do before. And I knew I made the right decision. But it was 30 years ago that I was in here for 35 years, but 30 years ago is when I met Roy Rickard, who's the co-founder of this system you guys are looking into. I was a young entrepreneur. I needed a voicemail. I handled a lot of volume. I was doing a mail order program, snail mail. Some of you remember what that is. Sending packages through the mail. And I was also wanting to advertise in the top 300 newspapers in the United States, taking that down the pre-path, right? And I needed a voicemail that could handle a ton of volume. So everybody told me, go talk to this Roy Rickard guy. And eventually I was able to get a hold of him. And when he answered the phone, I met this young man with an incredible passion for what he was doing. He did give me the voicemail I needed, took all the volume I could throw at it. But he also, because of that software brain of his, taught me a system with this voicemail. As I build a network of people around the country, I can leave a message on that system and shoot it out to everybody at the same time. Doesn't seem like a great piece of technology to some of us today, but this was in 1992. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have the internet. I don't even think I had a beeper back then. We didn't have any of the technology we have then, but we had Roy Rickard and that brain of his and his love for mass communication. So I hit it off with him really good. I had a lot of questions. He helped me, had a lot of passion to help people, especially with the system he created. And he made a mistake of telling me, now, anytime you need help, just call me. Here's my personal phone number. Big mistake. I called him probably every day for 3 weeks because Niall always needs help with technology. But he answered my call every time, and he helped me every time, and he was kind every time, and he was friendly every time. We built a great relationship that developed into something very special. When I found out he was going to be in Miami, Florida, to the same event that I was attending, I went down there to meet him. First time I got to stand in his presence, look at his eyes, shake his hand. And of course, we had a drink on the beach because we're in South Beaches, Miami, and that's what you do. We had a drink on the beach, watch the sunset, talking about our families, talking about our children, talking about this business, this industry, what's going on in the world. And I realized this young guy had an uncanny ability to understand the market, understand the needs out there, and an uncanny way of forecasting future trends. Every time he would tell me, this is what I think is about to happen, it happened every single time. So I knew he was a very special person, and I knew I wanted to be a part of his life, have him a part of my life forever. I didn't know what was about to happen. I just knew that he was a great guy, and I wanted to be a part of his life. And that's exactly what happened 30 years ago. But a couple years after meeting him, I got to fly out to Utah and meet his wonderful wife and co-founder here at RRR247, Tanya. I walked in the door and I immediately realized I met this young lady raising 7 children, running several other businesses, and helping Rory get this going at the same time, helping him do all the training, helping him put together, but also helping him stay on track, stay on time with her calendar and her organizational skills. I've never met anybody with the organizational skills of Tanya Rickard. And Stacy, watch the smile on her face. She'll agree to it. Linda, watch the smile on her face. She's going to agree to it. He's helped us immensely over the years and had one-on-ones with us. There's times where I didn't think, I wish I had 28 hours in a day so I could help a few more people and get a little more done. And you don't think that's possible, but Tanya will take your whole day, break it down, shred it, put it all back together, and find you a couple more hours just by fine-tuning what you're already doing. Because she's that kind of organized person. She plans every minute and every hour, every day of every week of every month of every year. And Linda and Stacy will shake their heads again and agree. She's planning things 2 years into the future. And guess what? We'll be on time. It'll be on track. It'll happen. And it'll go off without a hitch because that's who Tanya is. And that made me realize instantly these two individuals, these two humans, what an unbelievable creative mind that Rory has and the organizational skills of Tanya, how well they complemented each other. And they were going to become a power couple in this industry. I knew it 30 years ago and it turned out to be true. They're the definition of servant leaders. They're the definition of power couple. Jim Rohn told me 25 years ago or better, the true legends on this planet are the people who find the ways to help the most other people. That sounded like the definition of Rory Tanya Rickard to me. Stacy, Linda, agree? And that's who I've got to know over the last 3 decades. It's an incredible thing. You're talking about people who wake up every morning. Those of us that have access to the calendar, we see the media meeting and what they do. I've been at their house. I've broke bread with them a million times. I traveled around the world on vacation with them. I watch what they do every morning. Excuse me. They wake up, they have a cup of coffee. You know what they discuss? What can we do to make this system better? What can we do to help Pat DeCastro build her business quicker, get to where she wants to be? What can we do to help Lisa with whatever her goals are? What can we do to help Angie Bond make more money and achieve whatever it is that she wants to achieve? Everybody, every single person. And guess what? The 26 brand new people who logged in tonight, you're just as important as the person who's been here for 16 years. That's the kind of people you're getting a business with. So it started out, Rory left that telecommunication company in 92, got online, became the top guru in lead generation. They built successful lead generation companies. Now they're all over the planet, not just the United States. He's always flying back and forth from country to country. The next thing us entrepreneurs needed was websites. We needed someplace to drive people to, give them the information so they get on the phone with us. Rory became the best website builder out there. We've seen several of them. We tried them. When we seen his, we got better results than we ever got before. They always produce better. Nobody can produce the quantity or quality of leads that he can produce, and nobody was building a better website. And they still hold both those titles today. It started off with a one-page flyer on the internet is what it looked like, just 1 or 2 things on the front. And then Rory learned how to do the second generation stuff, putting pages behind pages. And it just kept developing and getting better and better and better every year until it developed into what you see today. One page with hundreds of pages inside there that all represent different products and services that you get to take to the marketplace and have a positive impact on other people's lives while you're building yourself an incredible business. There's nothing better out there. All the friction points that we see with any of the other things that we tried, guys, all of those friction points have been taken away by their experience, their philanthropy, their knowledge, their lead generation tools, their websites, their training, everything they put together. Every friction point that holds people back from being successful in this industry has been taken away. All you got to do is plug in like I did, become a good student, follow the steps, one step at a time, do it the way we're telling you to do it. You're going to hear Rory say this a million times. If I can do ABC and get XYZ, you can do ABC and get XYZ. And he means that from the bottom of his heart. And any of us that have been around for a little while, we will validate that and say it's 100% true. So this is who you guys are getting in business with. And if you're looking for a place that you can have a positive impact on the rest of the world, because we're global, we're going all over the place. We're going to every country and every continent, give everybody a hand up anywhere we find them, help stomp out poverty in every corner of this planet, and do everything we can to make this a better place and help people achieve whatever your dreams are. If you think that feels like a good place for you to be, if you like being that kind of person to help as many other people as you can while you're building yourself an incredible business, then you found your home. And all of us welcome you here with open arms. We're happy you're here. We're glad you're here. And welcome to the family. So without any further delay, I'm sorry I might have got a little long-winded there. It's 16 after already. Without any further delay, it's my pleasure every Tuesday night to introduce to you the people you're getting in business with, our co-founders. And I think our speaker tonight is going to be Mr. Roy Rickard, my brother, our friend, our mentor. Take it away. The microphone's yours. We can't wait to hear what you're going to share tonight. There he is.
Hey, I've got some stuff to cover like always. Take note, don't miss Tuesdays. So let me just give you guys, I'll give you guys a little bit of a teaser that's what's coming. We've added some new apps. We're adding some things. App marketing is a big part of the future, especially with Web 3.0 coming on there. We've got some interesting apps that we've been developing, things that Tanya and I have been investing into over the years, and we're gonna be rolling some things out. Now, everything we look to roll out is gonna be either under the DTCA umbrella, or if it's independent of that, it has a cross-marketing directive to it. So I'm going to kind of open your guys' minds up today, so when the new things come out, it's not a shock, and it's also, you guys can be getting your mind wrapped around it so we can help market together. I like to do some philosophy behind it. And I also need to open up your guys' mind on the education path we're on and a bunch of other things. So hopefully everybody's got their notebooks and everything ready. First, let's talk calendars. I'm going to share my screen really quick. And I don't know if you have any additional ones coming up there, but we've got a huge event happening Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May. By the way, the 5th of May is always a huge holiday for us. It is the birth date of Bella Vita, our number 2 anchor offer. And I'll tell you, we also should probably have an event on August 16th, because that's literally when I made a decision on our first anchor offer. So I'll put that out there. August 16th, we'll probably do something every year. I really like to celebrate occurrences, right? I think especially in North America, we love our dates. But August 16th is when we were given the direction, or I basically was referred into the Wine of the Month Club and advertising it and marketing it 2016. So just put that on a calendar, make a note of that. There are some major announcements coming on Cinco de Mayo. So on your calendar, that's a Friday. And those who are going to be joining us in Orlando, we're going to be having a big fiesta. I'm actually fine-tuning the menu tomorrow, and we're going to be celebrating that. We had some issues where we took up all the rooms. I got it opened up, so I think I sent you the note, Melissa. Estervig, it's opened up. Those of you guys who are that weren't able to get your hotel rooms, you have till Friday. Technically, we're outside the block for the special rate we got, and we got an incredible rate. I think it's $129 a night. And you know, so you want to get there on the 5th. We're going to be doing it in the evening, so 4 o'clock. I think the celebration begins at 5:55 Eastern on May 5th. 55555. 55s for those keeping track. We'll be doing that, and I'm going to tell you guys what's being announced is freaking phenomenal. And it means a lot more opportunity on a great opportunity that we already have. And so we want to be ready for it. There's going to be some announcements that we're not even aware of. What I'm aware of is pretty awesome. Okay. So I just want you guys to be, mind of that. Those that are going to be in Miami, great. Those in the Dallas area, there is the master distributors, Richard and Mary Amibe. I always say their name wrong. They have a watch party that they're hosting at a sports pavilion, outside volleyball pavilion. It looks like a lot of fun, and I'm gonna post that up here too, so you guys can get the information. If you're in the Dallas area and you're not coming to Orlando, that is definitely something you might want to attend to. I know we're doing some other ones that might be popping up. I know we have one near the south of the border in Texas as well, quite a ways from Dallas. And, you know, we can do some other watch parties, but everybody else be in attendance from home at least. And if there's ever a time to bring, you know, your family or friends to kind of watch what's going on, that's kind of a good event to do it. It's going to be very hard not to have some excitement felt with that event. And they're going to be coming to us from Bogota, Colombia, where the business is just blowing up, right? And they're going to be coming from there. This is an international company with a lot of international expansion happening. And that's something we're going to be focused on here when we do our ad campaigns and marketing, because of the way that business is set up, and we all can get other business in other countries. We already have in RRR247, we have Bella Vita customers in 9 countries that I know of right now. 9 countries that I know of right now. And we're looking to do a lot more in the Europe area and stuff like that. There's some plans coming, but you know, we have so much opportunity just here in North America to focus on. But the thing about it is you work globally and think globally because it's happening. And even though especially the leads that we're funding, that Tanny and I are funding, they're primarily North America. However, I'm kind of good when it comes to international. I kind of know what I'm doing. So as we start to expand, we're going to start looking at bringing more students on because we have more of an international scope. Now, it's one of those things that in order for the performance blogging system to work properly, you need to be focused on 2 anchors at a minimum. Now, we've got 3 solid anchors, and then we have additional stuff. And I want to reflect on some of that here, because pretty soon here, I'm going to be rolling out the new VIP platform. There are so many things changing, so many additions happening, and I want to just kind of put that out there. We're going to be rolling that out, and it'll probably be rolled out on May 6th. Okay, that's the day we're going to be doing BRT training, and we're going to be launching a lot of things. It's just around the corner, and it'll be launched to those that are in Orlando first because they're there. And we're going to be focused on the BRT, the build relationship and trust. That is the skill set that allows anybody here to really excel. Now, we teach it all the time. We focus on it all the time. But live one-on-one training is where we really get to hone it in. And I'm so excited to be doing it on Saturday, the 6th. Yeah, for everybody that you guys, I got to tell you something. When you're doing your openings, you get your new product. And Shane, I really like your excitement on there. And Shane, you've been a pleasure to work with. That's my student, everybody. So Shane, it is so awesome. And like, there's some changes coming that just enhance what we have. And you guys, we've been part of Bella Vita since really we launched it in RRR August of 2020. So I got to tell you, it was awesome. The story is really good to tell, and I think we'll reflect on it. Not today. I got a short leash on time, but we've been so blessed and favored here, and I'm going to start opening up some other things that are going on as we pay in notes. But you guys, we are always in the right place at the right time, all the time. It's just steady. Okay. The announcements coming on May 5th, you all want to hear firsthand. You want to be on that call. And if you can't make the event, right, remember that, right? Because we want to push and get the cash flow so you guys can travel and join. Remember, this is our only office time. And you guys, we're doing something which I'm really excited about. I'll put it this way. I didn't really have much of a childhood. So I get to be a child all the time now, right? And we're going to go to Universal Studios and Island of Adventure and do the Harry Potter stuff and everything that's there on Sunday the 7th. And I'm just excited for all the family that'll be there to hang out with you guys. So I'll put that out there, but we're going to be in a celebration zone. And also, here's where the future is. Here's how we're going to make things better. But we're here to make your quality of life better. That's what this is all about. How do we improve your quality of life? And at the same time, rise up everybody around us and offer opportunity to help the world. Anybody that's willing to come in and learn what we're here to teach can gain. You know, you guys, how awesome is it that we have a process and a system that literally anybody can do and win with? Not just some people, not just a select few that get lucky. There's no such thing as, you know, really true lucky. It's like those who do work, right? But there is an absolute solution here for everybody that comes in, refuses to quit, has grit, and follows the system and learns the skill sets to hone it in even better and better and better. And we're here to help rise everybody up. And there's no ceiling to what we can earn. There isn't. We just got to get organized and do this stuff. And there's an exact way it works. There is a system, right? And there is a method to every madness taught in the processes that are behind the system. So back on those dates, let me just show you this really quick. I meant to show the screen. So on RRR247.com/event 2023, this is the main event for the year. You know, we've had incentive trips. We've had some other things happen in this glorious year. I don't want to say too much, but I know I've put out the memo, so I'm going to put it out again. Get your passport. If you don't have your passport, make sure it's, you know, if you need to renew it, but get your passport, okay? You know, the world's opening back up finally. There's some things going on there, and there's some beautiful places to go, all right? And there's some changes coming. When you're growing and establishing and building things, you know, I'll tell you, you know, you want to celebrate in beautiful places. So get your passports, okay? Now, I'm going to recap a few more things, but here's event 2023. The rooms, we have until Friday, and I don't know what time Friday, I don't think it's midnight, but I got more rooms opened up at the hotel at that rate. Please book, don't hesitate. We're technically past their booking time, and the rates for this hotel are like $250 to $350, whatever it is. We're like less than half of that. So get the rate, right? If you're hesitant, you know, you can book, you know, it's I mean, I still think you're open to cancellations and whatever else. You're just holding it. We get to Orlando if you can. All right. Those that are in the Dallas area, I'm going to pull this up. This is the Velveeta anniversary event. I'll actually copy this link and I'll put it in the chat. It's a long link. You may not be able to pull it up. You have to get invited in there. I'll see if I can get another link to it. I want to paste this here. They're doing a fajita buffet, which is like a fiesta. It sounds really fun. But that's at the Sports Garden, and that's, you know, again in the Dallas area. It's in Coppell, Texas, apparently, which is just outside of Dallas. There's Beltline Road, right? Love Dallas, Texas. This looks like a lot of fun. That's going to be going on. And then obviously we got the one in Orlando. The one in Orlando is going to be, I'll show you. It pops up. We're at a Marriott hotel. We're at the 4 Points by Sheraton Orlando. This is a really fun hotel. The shape's really cool. It's around a lot of eating facilities and stuff like that. But it's there. That's where we're going to be at. The room rate's $129. Okay. We got the rates available from here to here. I'm just going to show everybody because I got this fixed and they told me it was 64 and it wasn't. So I'm going to look at it. I suggest the 4th to the 8th. Some people are staying an extra day. That's great. I'm going to check availability and I'm going to prove to you that it's working because it was working in like 5 minutes for the call. Barely, by the way. And there it is. So two bed, they got a high floor and a low on a regular floor. Those are available. I got them opened up. So we're good. I highly recommend if you don't have a Bonvoy account, a Marriott Bonvoy account, that's their loyalty program, get one, right? Set it up for free. With Villa Vita especially, Costa's like the 83rd largest or most point earner in Marriott. He's lived in a Marriott for years. I know well, but we're always going to probably be at a Marriott property. And I got to tell you, you know, Tanya and I travel to Hilton's a lot. Now we travel to Marriott's a lot. And when you're doing these trips, it's worth saving up there because like we've already earned free upgrades, free stuff from time to time. It adds up. Okay. So I've covered that. Let me get off this stop share. I can't speak highly enough about live events, guys. And yeah, there's always gonna be another one. You can go to that, but once you get to them and you get energized by them and you get those extra tips and tricks, you're gonna see why we do them. Okay, you're gonna see why we invest in them and make them happen. Now, if you're working on your goals to get to the next one, make sure you get to the next one. Start planning on it, setting things aside. I'm gonna tell you this: as soon as we know when the next one is, we're gonna announce it, and we want everybody to try to get there. Okay. Now we're trying to get a big one together at some point, a big convention type thing, moving some things around. And we may be trying to do something very phenomenal. I'll leave it there. I keep going, I keep edging towards it. Just don't miss the announcements May 5th. Next. Next is I'm gonna recap a few things on the anchors. I think everybody here has seen episode 9. I'm gonna just bring up some key components to this. So we have our 3 anchors, and we have additional stuff. Where's mine? Here, hold on one second. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys something. You guys see this? Some of you guys know what this is. This is a BioSense band. We got involved with this 2 years ago. It's technically one of our VIP products. We did we did a rollout with this, and we're going to be covering some details on next Tuesday. We're going to have the senior vice president come on with us and talk about it. I'm just going to go over some highlights on it. So you put this on your wrist, right? And it's got amazing sensors on it. Okay. I'm just gonna talk about it for those that are brand new. It's got amazing sensors on it, and we're getting the cost of these down to like $150. So we're working on even more directions. The future is going to be changing. The technology and the sensors is unbelievable, and they got this set up to a chipset that allows us to constantly advance. So the chipset works for cryptocurrency creation and anonymity of our data. Allows us to have our health data and have it secured on a data NFT, non-functional. I always get it wrong, but NFTs, and we're going to talk about those a little bit. But you guys have heard about NFTs. Some people don't know what they are. Some people do, but it's a non-fungible. It's like owning a piece of data. It's data. It's like it's kind of like a hard drive, and it can be attached to an image. It can be attached to, you know, in our case, we have like different levels of NFTs, and based on the NFT and how they run, they process faster. This literally is mining crypto. And as of a few days ago, I think it's Saturday. As of Saturday morning. It was Saturday morning. It was like, it's just as a few days ago, mining started. Something we've been waiting on for years. And if you know what mining is, so here, I should pull up this definition. I'm like gonna totally pull this up. I'm just gonna speak to it. We got a lot of training we're gonna be doing on this. I'm gonna go over what an NFT is, and I'm gonna spell it out exactly. It's a non-fungible token. but it's a cryptographic. So I actually should pull this up here. Let me go. Yeah, I'm going to walk you guys through it. Okay, I'm going to pull this up, and let me share my screen. That might help. Okay, and we're going to talk about this in more detail now. I chose today to kind of open your mind up about it. We're going to really hash where things are next Tuesday, and that's really for everybody that's been part of this project. Now, before I go into this, I want you guys to understand, okay? Now, this is a very successful person telling you how to be successful. Do what I do, get what I get, okay? We have our core business, our performance blogging system. We have three incredible anchor offers, okay? You guys need to listen to this, okay? And the reason why I'm going to get so detailed about this before I bring this back up is by doing this, we can conservatively take other risks and do other projects to create more and more wealth. Okay, now this is definitely a wealthy mindset thing. I'm literally going to be guiding everybody that allows me to, I'll say it like that, to do what I do. Now, you guys, I've been leveraging my income to create more and more cash flow. I've been making decisions and I've been taking risks. And I take risks that I think are very calculated. I've done very well. Now, I've also had some amazing lessons, some of which have cost me millions of dollars on their own, okay? But the learning has been incredible, okay? And at a minimum, when I go into these, I guess I call them futuristic projects, they're all learning curves at a minimum. We're learning the future, okay? And Niall brings up something, and I'm going to speak about it for a second, okay? I think you guys deserve the details. I know I seem really on top of things where we're going, and I am. But the reason why I am is because I'm constantly in the know about things coming, and I get involved, and I take risks. And when I feel very secure and sound about the risks, then and only then do I bring them to the family here. But I see the future where it's going, and I'm also part of it. And I also see where trends are changing, and I'm actively in it. Okay, and I get to do that and help guide, and I get to make decisions and see where they're going. And you guys, we've been part of some things that we took a whole 180-degree turn after a while. We faced some things, but it's very, very important that you guys understand the way I do things, why I do things that way, because when you're building multiple streams of income, there are some hard, fast boundaries that we need to live within. And it's very important you understand that, because based on your environment, most environments aren't conducive to properly creating multiple streams of income. You're used to creating one, having one job at a time, maybe two jobs at a time. Usually it interferes with your sleep and your life habits. And you're not used to a situation that allows you to have all these. But the reason why we can do multiple things is because the core is solid, okay? So we have a performance blogging system. As simple and easy as that system looks, the complexities of it allow us to run multiple businesses that constantly are circulation to each other, just like a mall runs. Okay, a big shopping mall, a tangible mall, it runs with the same type of boundaries and rules. We've got three major anchors we focus on. Anchor offer number one is DTCA, and mainly the Wine of the Month Club. Okay, now we've added more things to it. I'll get to that in a second, but we focus on wine. Wine's relevant, it brings a lot of traffic in. It's a great topic to write about. Recipes, combinations, knowledge, different varietals, different releases. It's a fun topic we always have. Then we got Bella Vita, which is health, nutrition, bleeding edge science releases of biohacking science. I mean, we got a partner that's keeping us right out in the forefront. And they're already planning stuff for us for next year, guys. Like, it's so fun to be part of something like that where they're always keeping it up in advance and they see where the trends are going, like I do. Like, you want to be part of partners like that. You know, we want things that are trendy. The more they trend, the more traffic we get, the more sales we make. Everything works based on trends. We don't want to sell and market things that people don't care about. I know I'm speaking like, oh my gosh, there he is saying blatant things again. You know, I'm like that sports announcer. If they don't score more points, they're not going to win. I get it. But same thing. We want to be in value added situations. Then we added Savings Highway Global, and that solved stuff for us internally as well as gave us filler. So let me talk about filler. Even 5 years ago, filler for us was Amazon. We sold and taught a lot of Amazon sells things because Amazon sells everything. But there's been shifts in things. Amazon pays fractional amounts like they used to, and they have ways where you do all the marketing and they figured out how not to pay the affiliates much. That's what they've done. It just happens, right? So we want to focus in on things where we get paid. Savings Highway Global is one of the most amazing ads that we put in here because it is filler. We can, because of all the savings and things that are allowed with that membership, we can write about everybody saving it. You name the store, they're in there. Kohl's, right? I can go, I mean, there's so many savings and programs in there, travel benefits, save on auto insurance, things that we can actually, you know, entice people with. And the difference is we get paid every month, not just every product they buy. We get paid. It's a reverse system. And I was talking to a group about this, and it's a different way to get paid for marketing because we're not getting paid per sell. We're getting paid per month on a membership. We're getting paid for their access, right? And I'm going to just talk about this for a second because we're marketing it, but it's filler because we can use it everywhere. Now, if you look at the PBSs that people get today, the brand new students, your PBSs today, Savings Highway Global replaced everything we were in question about. We can fill up every category, even possibly pretty much dreamt up with something in Savings Highway Global, pretty much. And it opens up the door for a lot of traffic components and things to go. And I see a very big need for it. Not to mention, we needed medical insurance, we needed dental insurance, we needed better rates for auto insurance. And this just came along and gave us all of that. And at a way where we can also get paid as a community, it fit what we like, it fits our mantra. So as we're focusing on the marketing, you're gonna see us do a lot more things about that. We can always round it out and cover things. But those three things, that's our core. Our core business is all the kiosk offers that we have in our PBS and all of our anchors. And we focus on our anchors. When you see me placing ads, my ads are always going to be related to the Wine of the Month Club, the Velveeta products, various weight loss, the EMF protection, the brain, the nootropic. You're going to see me focus in on Savings Highway Global because that has so many key elements and key centric topics to write about. And then in DTCA, guys, this year, we're rolling out education. We are weeks away from when we're going to start taking on families where they'll be able to join for $1, lock in their position to start the trainings that launch when we launch in August. That tends to be a new frontier. We pretty sure we nailed it, but that's a new frontier, but that is all tied to DTCA. Everybody that's involved in DTCA you're already involved in that. There's no additional overhead. You just got to maintain 50 BV. You can market that, get paid on it all through the system. I may or may not have had a 2-hour call today discussing technologies to make some improvements in our user interface in the DTCA platform. I may or may not have done that today. We're going to be spending a lot of money on some additions to make things better, brighter, and I'm so excited about it. You guys just keep doing what you're doing. We'll announce where it's there. But let's just say, you know, I remember talking with the MSIs and saying, hey, we got a beautiful system. There's some things we want to make better, and we got to just spec it all out. I'm on a big spec call next week. We're gonna be dropping some coin to get some better interface going. Also making room to explain some things happening with this education and things. And it was all doing time, and everything's in place at a schedule, and it's really fun to be part of something like that. But you guys, we have our core business, but we're adding to that business, right? And we can add to it because the core business is so strong. So in direct to consumer ambassadors, and you guys, it's really important I keep you guys up to speed on this because it's a lot to take in. Like, I wrote all this down, and I talked to some really trusted business friends of mine, and they were like, Rory, I can't believe what you're pulling off. Like, this sounds great, but how did you not go crazy doing this? And it has to do with one thing, right? Structure. That foundation that we have with the performance blogging system gives us the structure to add things and keep money coming in to where we can take risks to add. And we're taking major risks, just so you guys know, like financial risks. They don't feel so risky to me because we're behind the marketing. We're behind what's going to make it work. And we have such a brilliant family here marketing together. It's going to work. We make everything work. We put, you guys, if Triple R gets behind something, it just works. It just works. And the only things that we've shied away from is because we made them work. But if there was something that didn't look clean and our attorney said we're not doing that anymore, we won't do it anymore. We're always gonna be like that, and we'll make shifts to that, and we'll protect things. But I'm gonna go over this core thing, you guys. The core is our DTC and I'm gonna speak about that right one of the month club, but also you guys education. And the end of the month for April and May, those who have the memes that get them delivered every month, we're gonna get April's and May at the same time. There's gonna be 8 images all around launching education. And we're really going to put a lot of focus on our Wednesday information calls. That's our explanation calls. And we're going to be targeting teachers, parents, the client base, both. There's a chicken and the egg thing that looks like it's solving itself already with getting teachers in and the way we're going to go and develop that. And I want you guys to understand, you guys are all part of that. But we've been pioneering the technology literally since like 2018, 19, when we started doing the digital and connecting all the stuff with the rooms and the programming behind it. And the way that we're going to be educating students is not just Zoom, it's tools utilizing Zoom and chat and building a curriculum and a recorded curriculum to enhance this year by year by year. This is so forward thought. And I want you guys to be very, very excited about it because it's a big, big deal. And also in the cross marketing, when they're in there, you guys, we're going to be inviting the teachers and the parents in, but we get to expose them to other things. And teachers and parents, right? We're going to be able to cross market our stuff very, very well, and we're going to do it in the right sequence. So I'm going to just put this out there. Brain Food will be its own island, meaning when we're marketing Brain Food, we're marketing Brain Food. We're not going to cross market our other stuff into the education atmosphere. However, we will have an opportunity call. We will get to know our teachers and our Brain Food ambassadors, and they will be invited into the rest of the world in a sequence. Okay, it's already thought out. That being said, we're going to start doing massive marketing here shortly to get our teachers and their images, their personas out there, and really back them up for first grade, second grade, third grade, and so on. Now, kindergarten is going to be our marketing arm. We're going to be doing free kindergarten. All right. And we're going to be enhancing that as we get it going. And there's stages of release. But, we're going to be just opening the kindergarten thing and letting teachers teach that and show their exposure for that. And we're going to be, building a groundswell to get the word out about what we do. Our biggest job is going to be marketing that we are, in fact, this private organization doing school. We have different registrations by state. We're going to be helping people get access to the government funding. There's going to be a lot to take in. Now, that being said, we're going to give you all the marketing tools to go out there, push it out there, and we're going to have the experts that you drive people into and draw in. And this is why we really put a lot of focus on that Vortex marketing system. We're going to be keying stuff in there, and the Vortex system is going to have its own entry for just Brain Food that just keeps stuff in there and notifies everybody of the Wednesday night calls, updates of things going on. We're going to start building the marketing list for all of us in the Vortex system. So all these things had to happen in a timely manner to roll things out the way they are, where we are 100% on schedule. We're a little ahead in some things, which is actually nice. And we're going to be polishing up there. The first year, the first year is going to be a little temperamental. We got the teachers. We're going to hope that they're not taking too many sick days. They're filling it in, and they got to get through that first year. We have a lot of things that need to happen that first year, and it's just going to get better and better and better. And so is the awareness of what we're doing. So for those of you that don't know anything about education, you don't need to. You have your PBS. We'll add the pages. You'll add your links. We show you how to market it, put the word out there. You literally can just let the chips fall where they fall. We have a lot of people that are in that industry that understand things and can be promoting more. I guess what I'm saying is don't worry about it. We're going to teach you what to do. Just follow the systems. But by focusing on the number one anchor offers we have, number one, number two, number three, focusing on the core. So whenever I say the core, right, that's our one of the month club. That's our health and nutrition through Velveeta, right? All our Velveeta products, and that's Savings Highway Global. That's our core. That's what we focus on, right? Now the education is going to have its own focus. We're going to be working on that together. We're going to be figuring that out together. Now I'm going to go back to that. When we focus on the core, now we can take risks. You can't stop focusing on the core. You're building that business up. Hopefully you're involved in the V marketing. We're helping drive that. But what happens is other projects come around that we've been building up for a time. They're ready to release. A lot of Web 3.0 projects are going to come out. Some technology pieces are going to come out, right? And we want to make sure people can be involved in those, but you can't stop or lose track of what you're focused on. You've got to be building the core business. That core business isn't going anywhere but up. Then you can take on these other things. Now, the reason why I stress this is when you don't have a mentality for this other thing, like you put all your attention over here and you lose focus on the ball that got us there. All right, the stable products, the stable system of the performance blogging system, the way we give it to you guys, that's the core business. You've got to keep the core going. Then we add these other things in there. And if you do that, you're stable. And if we take a chance on something that doesn't pan out quite right or takes longer than anticipated, which is very common, it's not going to stress anybody out. It's conservative. It's a conservative move. All right. Now, because we have the PBS, we're going to attach that right in there. Right. So here's case in point. Launch these biosenses. We got cryptocurrency. It's called VSC, right? Being created on here. I wear this. We have thousands of them in the family, thousands of these devices out there. And we're going to be getting them out to the marketplace as cheap as possible. Okay. And they get connected to a data NFT. And I'm going to bring up the NFT like stuff on here. We're going to talk about this. And I'm going to tell you one other thing is, I'm going to pull up a really good definition I found. I want you guys to understand this concept because when we have the senior vice president on next Tuesday, you need to be aware of what these things are. Okay. Now, this is technically a VIP item. We been working on this for a couple of years. It was a great opportunity. And there is several of us here that are going to benefit greatly because we did it. And the ones that are going to benefit the most, the ones that are keeping their focus where it needs to be. And this is just added to the rotation of things that we do. And there's going to be more projects always coming out, right? There's always more projects. And as long as we keep to the confinements of the rules where we focus on our main business, right? We focus on the main anchors and we add the other things in and treat them like a kiosk, everything's going to work out amazing. If we lose focus of the main, that's where we're going to lose people because, guys, that's the stability thing. So it's, and this is something I've always lived by. You get your main income streams in, you nurture them and you focus them. I've never had one income stream, ever. That's also the reason why I've never been broke. I've always had multiple income streams, but there has to be a rule to how you conduct those. And I don't really like to have front-facing competing items because that's splitting a focus. But at the same time, I like to be advancing and going in a different direction. And so I really hone in on where we're going. Now, what I like about these I'm going to call it, it's a health monitor watch. It does a lot of things, but a lot of us saw our Velavita product working. Yeah, we felt like it was working. But you guys, I mean, I'll tell you this, I'll speak on my own behalf. My blood pressure has never been this good. Not since my teenage years. How do I know that? Because it tells me so. I've watched it over time get better and better and better. And all I've been taking is a Velavita product line. That S7's been amazing for my blood pressure. Like I was told it would be, I've seen the results. We have something that measures it. Not only that, but we're part of a cryptocurrency process because we're taking medical data and securing it for our identity and making it available for science, but without putting our privacy at risk. Okay, now I'm gonna pull this up. I want you guys to have a little bit of information on it. You guys, if anything here, we teach you how to research, right? So I want to make sure you guys are doing some research on this before next week. So on homework, get to know what an NFT is so that when we're talking about it, you understand it. And don't be afraid to ask questions, right? I can't even say, I hate saying that non-fungible because it sounds funny, but that's what it is, okay? We're here. So non-fungible tokens, right? So token, it's a digital asset, right? I'll just read, they've been tokenized via blockchain. So it has to, you guys, the blockchain is where everything is going. Anything that is going to be, I guess, anything that could be put on a spreadsheet is going to be moving to the blockchain. It's just too secure, right? And NFTs can be traded or exchanged for money. And you guys, they talk about this because some of us have multiple data NFTs within our in persona and our Hilo watch combination, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But there's some things that are here, okay? And I'm gonna put this here, I'll put this in here. I want everybody to kind of study this. I'll put it in the chat. Okay. And there's all sorts of NFT talk that's out there. There's a lot of scams going on with NFTs as well. And when you understand what they're supposed to be used for, I told you this, it's kind of like having like a hard drive in the cloud or a hard drive that's available and it's tied. It's kind of like that. So they go over the key takeaways. I'm going to just explain this. It's a non-fungible token. I really don't, fungible, right? It's a cryptographic tokens that exist on a blockchain and cannot be replicated. They're individual to their own. They can't be copied. They can't be duped. They can't be replicated. And that gives it some value all in by itself or available value. Now, they can represent digital or real world items like artwork and real estate. This part, the real estate side, I gotta tell you personally, I'm really vetting out where that's at. A lot of where I see the scams and the different things going on happens to be in the thing I just highlighted, okay? The thing about it though is when you tokenize it and you put it this way, it really eliminates the ability for fraud. Again, I'm not sure convinced about this one right here. Watching things like the metaverse and people buying apartments in digital buildings. I'm not totally sure where I'm at with that. I think that's a developing direction. But what I do know is data. Okay, I've been making my livelihood literally off of data for 33 years, right? Leads, data is gold. Okay, medical data is one of the highest. What do you want to call it? It's like 24 karat gold is medical data, right? It's so pure in value because it's such a big, wide scope, and they've made a lot of money on it with these other companies, right? Big techs made a lot of money on medical data. There's a reason Fitbit sold for what, $16 billion? There's a reason. Medical data has massive value. And so what they've done with In Persona is created a process where you get a digital NFT based on the level of the NFT it's going to mine better, right? It has more functionality to mine, but it's holding your data, your personal data in that cryptographic token, and it's available only when you want it to be made available. It gives you protection. It privatizes your information on the blockchain in an access point that nobody can break into unless you want to open it up, okay? Right here. NFTs can represent individuals, identities, property rights, and more. That's where our medical information is going. And right here is a great little topic. It's waned. You know, they came out here and try to like make it like this, you know, like trading cards or baseball cards and all sorts of things like that. Like I said, it's infancy. People jumped on it, a lot of hubris, a lot of hype. And what we're talking about is using it to protect our data. The NFT is the best thing I've seen in our lifetime to literally protect our data. It's like a secure, like hard drive that's attached to something that's on the blockchain, and only those with permissions can access it because of how it's created. That's my best explanation to give to you. But it's really good to understand what an NFT is, and also understand that we're not playing games with the NFT. We're not, you know, we're looking at building a business behind it. It's based on what? Data. Okay. Now this talks about how NFTs work. And then here's the blockchain and fungibility. It also means that, your NFTs, the things that we're setting up there, you can buy and sell and trade them. They are free market, right? They are free market, and it is it is an incredible thing when you understand where this can go, and we're part of it in something that actually has value. Medical data is proven to have massive data, and that's what we're gaining. That's what we're betting on. And we're gonna be taking this out there, giving people a great device that tells them their health. It lets them work with things. And I'm going to go over something here in just a second and cross market this. This is something good to look at where it's going. Don't get hung up on the details though. Just get into the knowledge about it. And this will give you some really good information to write about in educating people what we have. Okay, now I'm going to stop my share. I'm also going to tell you guys something in there. And we have, I almost want to pull up a guest, but I want to bring something up. In Savings Highway Global, actually, let me see if he's on here. Bill, I'm going to bring you on if you're okay with that. Bill Marler?
Yeah, what's happening?
Okay, so I want to put you on the spot. I didn't talk about this. We've talked about it before, but I didn't talk about it before this call. So I'll let everybody know I'm putting them on the spot. Everybody's used to me doing this. I'm like those talk show hosts. I just bring people on and say, here's your cousin you haven't met. It's almost like that.
Can you give me 1 second?
Yes.
Adrian, the food's here.
Awesome.
I was giving my daughter food. The DoorDash just came. Anyway, so what's up?
That's awesome. All right, so the teledoctor service.
Yes.
What level do we get that? In Savings Highway Global, guys, I'm back to that page.
That's at the titanium. That's the top level.
Okay. So I'm bringing this up there. Tanya and I both were titaniums. We have a card that's a physical card coming for that, right?
Yes, you do. But if you don't have the card, because I just did it myself for one of my accounts, help someone, you can actually, as long as it's activated, you can download the card and start using it before you even get the card.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's good to know. We might have to do a training on that specifically. And here I'm gonna bring up our MSI. Nell, I know you've been really busy with some stuff. I'm gonna bring you on here for a second too, just so everybody understands this.
Were you going to do a testimonial? Did you use it or something? Because Rory really did put me on the spot. I was just here as a guest peeking.
No, I wanted to have you just answer that, but also Nell, you there?
Okay. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I want to just talk about something I know is going to be a big deal coming up. Titanium members in Savings Highway Global, that's $200 a month. Bill, I need you for verification on a couple things is all.
You got it.
When we put people in Savings Highway Global, those of you that are brand new, if you watched episode 9, I talked about it there. But Savings Highway Global, people start out at the gold membership. There's gold, platinum, titanium. Okay. Now, this business model is freaking awesome because we can start everybody out at gold. That's fine. $20. All right. There's more and more services you get opened up to. The more you use it, the more you understand it. Pretty much, I think the average is a platinum, which makes sense. It's in the middle. But titanium comes with a lot of other benefits. And one of them is the teledoctor. It's unlimited free use. You literally get on the teledoctor, you tell them your ailments, they can call in your prescriptions, they can help you do almost everything. And if they feel you need to go in, they'll tell you to go in. But you guys understand what this device does with teledoctor? I literally can read him my vitals.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
It's going to change the world. It already is. You guys, we have clinics that are putting big orders in for these. Now I'm gonna project something. This is what, and Bill, this is why I got so excited when you told me, because we were looking for a teledoctor service to market. True freaking story. Okay. And the ones we were talking to, the fees were insane, and they wanted monthly fees. And then Bill and I are catching up on this because the medical insurance got added and it was validated. And I'm like, okay, timing's right. And then he tells me that the teledoctor is included. I said, whoa, you're telling me that the teledoctor is included in that $200 thing that comes with everything else? I mean, this is getting better and better. And the reason why I was super excited about it, not because it's something that I personally am going to be using. You know, Tanny and I, guys, we travel. I don't want to go find a new doctor everywhere else. If I get on teledoctor, if I'm concerned about anything, at least get an initial opinion right away. I'm not going to the internet and saying, is my rash going to kill me, right? I'm going to literally go to teledoctor, tell them what's going on. And I also have my vitals. Okay, the combination of that is worth telling the world about. You guys, people have health conditions and they're spending a lot of money even on co-pays to go in and go and see a doctor, let alone, have you guys ever waited for a doctor's office? I hate it. All right, you guys, I've written entire blog pages, not just one, but multiple in a waiting room. Because I was on time for my appointment, but they weren't. Okay. Now, as great as that part is, we now have a service that I want to relate to it. And that's why I'm going to bring this device up, because as marketers, we're going through stages. Right now, we have till the, some part, like the end of April, we're getting these founder NFTs out there. There's several of us that have been building the consoles, the hub consoles out, and we're going to be, we get credits, right? We get tokens for building this network. But medical data is so freaking important. And there's a lot of us here, right? I mean, I don't know anybody that isn't concerned. And when I say anybody, I don't know anybody over the age of 40 that doesn't have one thing they're kind of watching: cholesterol, blood pressure, what's that called? Like GERD disease is a very common thing, acid things. There's so many things that are on and out there, okay? So people care about things that obviously affect them. And here we have this incredible device, and you tie that teledoctor service into it. And then not to mention our medical coverage, the rates that we have to offer people for a true PPO plan. You guys, we've got a lot to take to the marketplace. And the marketplace is going to be shifting. I talk about direct to consumer. We talk about trends going somewhere. You guys, this is our direct to consumer solution for medical care, and it's around the world. It doesn't matter where you're at, teledoctor is available. You guys, it's direct to consumer medical attention over a Zoom. And the one thing the doctor's office has that you don't have is this. It's this. We have all the vitals. I can go weigh myself on my scale. And that's why you guys are going to see more and more devices and stuff come out there. Why do we go to the doctor's office? We go in the doctor's office, they go do our vitals, right? Well, here, I just did my vitals. Here, this is what they are, doctor. Here's what I'm feeling. This is what's going on. He can diagnose me just as well as if I'm in the office. And we all have seen the proof. Anybody that's been doing this is as accurate as anything in the doctor's office. It's freaking phenomenal. So I see the trend there. I don't think it's a fad, by the way. It's a trend. And especially in a lot of other areas. And I got to tell you, the teledoctor thing that we have that's part of that membership makes that membership even more valuable. Now, Bill, it's included in the $200 fee. I'm going to talk about that for a second. We sign up for 20 bucks. If the platinum makes sense, people go platinum. We have a lot of people upgrade to platinum. Okay. As you build the business, as you're doing your V-marketing, as we're doing all the marketing in the Vortex system, and we're going to put a lot of emphasis on this. It's just a matter of time when people get these subscriptions and they sign up. As you're making more money in the system, you're elevated from gold to platinum to titanium out of commissions. It's not out of your pocket, it's out of your commissions. We've all been watching that happen the last 2 months.
On that note, Rory, just use me as an example, and we've evolved. but I haven't used my credit card since 2019. Everything's come out of my commissions, all my monthlies. So
Right.
just to, give you a heads up on that. One other quick thing, then I'll let you finish. I was not really excited with the teledoc, but Rory just hit something on that. The reason why I love it for me, and the CEO uses it all the time because his wife is from Colombia. He's always traveling. The real thing is when you hear teledoc, we're not there yet. But what's happening is it's the convenience thing. That is the huge part, like Rory just said, outside of that vital thing he's talking about. Just literally, there's no copay. If you need to, they're not going to do surgery on you. You got a broken arm, go to the emergency room. But if you got a rash, you got a sore throat, you got tonsillitis, whatever you got, they're gonna fax or call in, however they do it, your prescription. You're not going to wait in line. And then CEO, this is right out of the CEO's mouth the other day, where I was on the phone with him, and I was asking him about the teledoc because I had a sore throat. And know what he said to me? He goes, "Oh, by the way, if you don't like the doctor that you're talking to on the Zoom, just hang up and go back in. You get a new one." Like you could just done with this guy and go right back in and get a new one. That was right out of the CEO's mouth. I thought that was kind of funny. So no copay, and so many people are underinsured. People with health insurance will prefer to use this rather than go sit in the office and pay a copay. There's no copays. They will send you in a prescription for within things and reason. So just wanted to add that, Rory.
No, and I actually know, I'm glad you guys brought that up there because this is something I've been trying to get to. And for us, we like this technology. We've been using this technology. You guys, we've been testing this out for a year and a half. Okay, a year and a half. And we watched the devices go from those watches, which are still pretty cool. Guys, this BioSense just amazes me. It takes my readings every 10 minutes. I run my EKG on it. And I, when you guys, if you've ever watched your blood pressure and you're in a scary level and you don't want to take meds and you watch it just go down because of the products you're taking, to me, just the peace of mind of that's been amazing. And also it's like these products work. But knowing what this is going to and where we're going with it, and there's some announcements, we might get them on Tuesday, but we are in a technology thing. And Bill, you and I have been back and forth with marketing stuff for a long time. What got me on the technology on this is we're not selling a piece of technology that's going to be obsolete tomorrow. We're selling a service that uses technology, but it's done in a chipset so that it can advance. These can get better and better and better, and so can the service. We're not tied to a set technology that will be obsolete, like a quorum, for instance. And some of you guys don't know that name. That's okay. But what I liked about it is the technology, and it's the first Web 3.0 project that we've launched, and it's a true Web 3.0 project, and it's using cryptocurrency, it's using the blockchain, and we literally, our heartbeat's mining, and as people's health gets better, if they're improving their health, they get more crypto. It rewards people for the right activity, and it's going to be something that you're going to see a lot of big companies embrace. The reason why I bring it up for marketing, remember I told you guys with Savings Highway Global, it's our filler. We can add it to so many things. It's a cross-marketing dream because the membership has access to everything. So once people give them access to this, you're going to save here, save here, save here, save here, get this, get that. But the teledoctor by itself, now we're cross-marketing this, and you can let people know, hey, we have a great medical insurance. You guys know, I got to tell you this, and I'm going to bring this up on the medical thing, and I'm gonna put my disclaimer out there. And Nell, I wanted you on here too because you guys, Nell's our MSI is in charge of this, but we need to be utilizing the teledoctor. We want to be getting some testimonials out there on that use, right? Because we can talk about how it's worked for us. Okay, Nell?
Yes.
All right. I can't see you at the moment, but I just wanted you here. But
Yeah, I'm here. My thing fell off my computer. There I am.
but, yeah, we'd rather see you now. And
There I am.
the more I dive into Savings Highway Global, the more things that I find and I like. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you, Tanya and I, you guys know we travel a lot. And when you travel a lot, you get a lot of perks with these companies. And I'm now seeing where I can beat the rates of Savings Highway Global. But it's only because Tanya and I are spending 30, 40 grand a year in travel. It's so awesome to see. We love Joe. Love you, Joe.
Joe, they said good night.
Yeah, he's awesome. Okay, so back to this is I'm telling you, I can beat some of the rates, but it's only because we have a massive status, and it's only if we do their stuff with them directly. And all it told me was in order to beat these rates, you have to be traveling massively to get it. I don't know if you guys understand that. Like if you don't have those perks, you save a lot of money. And I'm barely beating them now because we hit a new threshold. And I mean, that's how awesome those rates are. They're exclusive rates, you guys, that people don't get unless they're massive travelers. I'm liking it more and more as I break it down. And then we go over all the different savings in the stores and it's things. And it's honestly, we all consume, every family goes and buys stuff. $20 is going to be so easy to save more than that. It is a huge benefit, right? It's like why people like to have like a Sam's Club membership or a Costco membership. We feel like we save money there, though. I got to tell you, well, I won't say there. Costco has great stuff, and it's really hard not to spend a lot of money. But the thing about this teledoctor, and I'm gonna bring this up. This is one point I wanted to make clear today, and I'm gonna state that. And this is just as a businessman, as a family man, looking at this service, this teledoctor service, and understanding typically how the PPO and the plans go. I remember reading this study, and the study said that people would pay more for their monthly insurance if they didn't have a copay. The copay was what they cared about. So they literally would rather spend an extra $400 to $500 a month to eliminate a copay. It's really bad math because you're not going to the doctor 10 times a month. So to save those $35 co-fees, they're willing to pay more on the monthly. It's bad math. Mm-hmm. What I'm going to tell you with this, we look at those PPO plans, right? And you get the family plan for like $334 or something like that. Don't quote me, it's like that. Don't quote me exactly. The bigger plans, they might have a smaller copay. Well, if you're going to use teledoctor, you don't have a copay. So if I'm paying a $200 plan and I'm going to have the insurance, I probably can get away with, and I'm going to just round this out there. I probably can get great coverage for my family for $500-600 all in with the platinum membership using teledoctor. Now we have that free prescription thing that's just insane. Like the more we break that down, guys, that free prescription thing, like that is awesome. And as long as we educate people how to use it, and then now we need to just break it down. Here's how you use it. Here's where you go step by step. Here's a video. We need to share that because these benefits, because we're marketers. What do we do best? We educate, right? We want to be communicative, communicate properly what this has in it. And that gives us a really good storyline on how we're going to save people money, get them better coverage. Now I'm gonna tell you that if you got that family plan, I'm gonna go with the lowest one, that PPO plan, and say it's $300 something a month for a family. And you have the $200 membership, that teledoctor covers your whole family. So you learn how to use a teledoctor. You got the vitals of the watch, and this is like an $8.98 monthly fee, the service fee for this. The devices are like, the devices are going to get near free. Okay, we're working on some things, but they're $150 one time. And if we educate people about the cross marketing on it, we just created a huge solution for a family. And the ones that have critical information, basically the ones that are older, right? In general, they can wear this band, they can talk to their doctor and have their vitals on hand all the time. And something that's really good to know is, and this is why the Fitbit stuff has been such a craze, and it's just like your business, right? Mind your health, mind your business. If you don't mind it, nothing's gonna happen. If you mind it, things get better. You know what to look for, right? But when people are tracking their steps, tracking their activity, they're going to do more activity, therefore be more healthy. We're healthier when we know out of sight, out of mind, it's bad, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, I've been watching, Tanya tracks her steps, she tracks all her stuff, and it makes an improvement. And you watch quality of life get better. All this technology is great, but if we don't educate it, no one's gonna know how to utilize it. That is our job. We are marketers, okay? Now, as we conduct that and bring that in there, this is why Savings Highway Global is an anchor to me. Anchors are doors that bring people into what we have. So that $20 sign up for Savings Highway Global brings them in, keeps them around the campfire here so we can educate them on other uses and things that we have that go around it. I need you all thinking about this, writing this out there, sharing this information. I wanted to bring this up there because you guys, I remember, gosh, where was I? It was like in 1990 something. I'm at this forum and this guy says, you know, pretty soon you won't need to go into a doctor's office. They'll just go bleep, bleep, scan your watch or hit, you know, you'll have a scanning watch and it'll tell the doctor what you need. And everybody's like, yeah. We have it right here, right? Tell the doctor, I got to scan my watch. I can give him the vitals. I can take a snapshot of my vitals and send it to him. It doesn't get easier than this, folks. And it's not a futuristic thing. It's now. Well, remember I talked to you guys about the law of 17%. And I'm gone over today, but way over, I just noticed. And I'm still going to read my book. But I want you guys to understand, we're at the right place at the right time all the time. We are ahead of the world of this knowledge. That means we got to get SEO out there. We got to get the storylines out there. We got to get marketing this. We got to focus on this, but don't lose track of the core, blend it in with the core. And because of that performance blogging system, that information hub that we have on products and services, we can do all of this and focus on it. So we're going to bring this stuff up. We're going to be constantly pressing on things, but there's more things coming. I just want to make sure that I always keep you guys focused on the core. That allows us to add the other things. Okay, does that make sense? I'm gonna look for nods here. I'm gonna open this up.
Yes, Rory, can I just add something about, I learned about your fillers. You mentioned about fillers. I want to give you one more. Even at the gold level, on the shop, play, and travel app, whatever, we have an app called My Deals. I'm just going to show you this. This app right here, you want to talk about writing? It's tied to my zip code. I could go eat at a restaurant right down the road, save 10% on a burger. This is what people want to. In this day and age with inflation, Rory, this is, like Rory says, it's like an onion. He keeps on peeling back more and more services that we have. We won't go into that, but this is a filler. I think that's what you call a filler, right, Rory?
Yeah, it's filler information. And the thing about it is, guys, I got to tell you something. So I'm gonna put a little notion out there, okay? I actually I grew up where you could save money with, like, I watched my grandma use coupons to save money, get the most budget to feed the family. I'm an appreciation for coupons, and it seems like a tacky thing, and it's, you know, and I have very wealthy friends that, like, every time I use a coupon would get look down on me, and then after a while they kind of, how much did you save with that? I'm like, hey, the more I save here, the more I can invest in this business. Like, I want to have a great life, but, you know, I got a goal. I want to buy this business over here. I got to kind of cut back on some stuff or get smarter about it. And I say, I also like how this coupon thing works. And I'm talking about a lot of, like, man, they're like the reward stuff. Like, they want to sign up for the reward travel things. And I'm like, you know, I had, like, Tanny and I stayed in 10 hotel nights last year. These were like $300 a night rooms for free from rewards. 10 nights for free. Okay. That's $3,000 minimum in rewards for free, just because we signed up in their loyalty program. We're going to use them anyway. Okay, for free. I add that stuff up. Okay, now, you know, we have great status with Delta, so we could get bumped up for, you know, first class. We just buy first class tickets because we don't like to anticipate that we're not going to sit up there, but we still get other perks, right? But you get more miles, you get triple miles, and then we can bring our kids and they can fly for free because that's what we use them for. You guys, it adds up. Okay, it adds up. I can tell you my stories. You know, like, we traveled the world with the kids. They went first class. I can tell you stories. My kids are spoiled that way. But, you know, they flew first class because I had miles, because I marketed all my marketing costs. Anybody that would take American Express, I paid with American Express. You know what? Why we travel first class is because we could, and it was free. Okay, I like couponing in that aspect. What I don't like about couponing is cutting them in the embarrassment of handing a coupon over, right? You guys know how these coupons work today? You pull up the deal, you get a little code, you just give it to them to scan. It's just like Apple Pay. No one even knows you're using a coupon. It's so clean and easy. I've used the coupon thing at Denny's 5 times. And I told you guys how I use it. I use it 5 times to date. Okay. I've had 5 meetings at Denny's. All 5 times I used the coupon code, and I just took that extra savings I got and added it to the tip. So my tip worked out to about 40% instead of 25. I just put it on the tip. That's what I like to do with it. You know, Denny's is happy to give it. They say thank you, right? And I just add it to the tip. You don't have to take it as savings, but I'm like, hey, if they're going to offer it, I'm going to put it where it can be better used. Okay. You don't have to take the savings, but you can use it in another way. And I like to do that. Somehow it makes me feel better. I got to give her a bigger tip, right? Because I'm like, how much did I save? Oh, I saved $7. I just add it on top of my tip anyway. Not reduce my tip. I added it to my tip. There's a karma thing to that to me. Like if I'm going to tip 25%, I'm tipping 25%. If I saved money, I'm going to add it on top of the 25%. And that's me paying it forward. And it was just because I had access because of our membership. And you guys understand why we get the discounts. It's all about marketing. It's all about marketing. They have to market. When they give that discount in there, that's the fee they pay to be marketed to us. That's why we get it. Because we got exposure, and because of that, we went in, and that it's a marketing cost to them. Yeah, we pay a $20 membership fee, which, by the way, where does that go? It pays the members. It pays us to market the membership. It's a twist, and I this is where I'm going back. I was talking to the group guys, and I'm glad you guys are all on here still, because there's some important things I want to talk about tonight. This is a big deal. You guys, when we're tracking and doing commissions, and I like to offset things and I like to look at things and balance it out. We have a lot of things we get paid per sell on. Those are great. But there's some competitive things that seems to always get chinched down. Okay. Clothing, shoes, makeup, cosmetics, beauty supplies, dining out. These are things that get chinched down. I'm going to tell you as a marketer, I've watched it where we used to get 15, 20%, and then now it's 2.5%. It's a horrible game over the years. The stats are not in our favor. Okay. They get competitive in areas and they say, oh, I already got the membership. I got our name out there. We don't need to pay you anymore. Well, when we add the Savings Highway Global in, we're all getting paid based on the membership fees. And instead of getting paid a percentage per sell and have to worry about it reducing, we get paid based on the memberships we put in there. We reverse the role, and it's a better number. I'm going to tell you, we all are going to make more money off this membership being sold than we were on the ancillary, like clothing and beauty supply stuff. It's an interesting thing. I spreadsheeted it all out and went, this is genius. My guys can get paid more. And because we stabilize the growth with it, it gives us a very good leverage into the means of stuff that we do. And if you put all the leaders together, do you know how happy we are to be growing and adding and helping people that are helping us? We love it. This allows us to do that. We get to press it forward. It's all part of who we are, right? It matches what we do. All right. I'm going to stop the recording. We're going to go to live. I am going to read from my book. I think I'm on chapter 8. I always have to check this out. Am I on chapter 8? Thanks, Stacy. Okay. Let's go to read that. God bless everybody. Tomorrow's an update on the brain food, right? On the same channel, half hour earlier. That's every Wednesday. We're going to really start ramping up the information on education. You guys, if you're not excited to be here, I don't know if you have a pulse. Like, I cannot believe what we get to do every day. I am every day I wake up, it's like, oh my gosh, we got to do more and more and more. And you guys, I have a whole list of things that we're going to be adding, but just write this down, focus on the core. Trust everything we do this stuff. Now, when we add the VIP stuff, I'm going to drop your jaws. There's stuff that you're going to say, why don't you bring it out? Do you know that we have way too much good stuff? It's really hard. It's really hard to prioritize the release. And I'll make sure we focus on certain things. But the reason why Tanya and I have the resources that we have to help everybody here do more is because we focus on our core. We're consistent. We're steady. We don't take risks that we can't afford to take because our core is so strong. Our DTCA core is so freaking vibrant, and the other stuff that we did with our tutoring school in Australia that we could take on this education thing, which, by the way, is not a small task. It's massive. And I'm super excited about it, but we have the team to do it. I know with RRR247, we're going to knock that out of the park, and we're going to be able to sustain the growth. We're going to talk more and more about it. You guys are all part of it. Don't get panicked. We're going to roll it out to you. Remember, if it works for me, it's going to work for you. I'm already testing things. We're setting things in motion, and we're going to roll it out this year. And it's going to get better by the day. And it's something we're adding to our existing core. So focus on the existing core, get your V marketing going, build up everything we have here, focus on that. You guys know what FOMO is? Fear of missing out? It's created here a lot, okay? Focus on your core, get your V marketing going, get your left teams building, your right teams building, get our 3 businesses thriving with you the way that they're intended to thrive. That's gonna bring the cash flow in that allow you to do everything we do. You guys wanna see wealth get bigger? You cover your nut, you make more money than you need to live, you create wealth that you can create legacy wealth with. I'm going to teach you how to do it because that's what we're doing every day. The VIP platform allows legacy building. And there's going to be things in there you're going to wish you could do. So focus on your core. Build a core up. The core is the stability to allow you to build even more wealth. It's a system, not a suggestion. And I'm giving you guys access to do exactly what we do. And the stability to make it happen. The only difference with you and Tanya and I is we pay for our own marketing. We also pay for yours. And it's all focused around the core. The circular marketing makes everything else work. There's a system and a thing. We have a conveyor belt for success. As long as you don't quit and you don't suicide your business, you're going to win here. You're going to start out sucking. You're going to get less sucky. You're going to become good, then gooder, even gooder, right? And then better, best, and then you become magnificent. Probably about the time you have 10,000 hours in this. That's what it takes to be an expert. 10,000 hours, right? It's like 5 years. What's 5 years, right? And doing that along the way, you're going to be able to knock out some incredible dreams because we make them goals and put actions behind them with resources to fund the actions. It's all here, guys. It's all here.